Welcome, wanderers of the weird and the wary. You've stepped into the Creepy Codex, a place where every tale is a page turned in the dim glow of curiosity and dread. Here, we share whispers of the forbidden and the uncanny. If these unsettling stories speak to you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us. We've got plenty more tales that might just make you think twice about the stories you thought you knew. Let's begin. My grandparents owned a cabin tucked deep into the mountains, far enough from town that the road stopped being paved miles before you reached it. It had been in our family longer than anyone could remember, passed down quietly, used mostly for holidays and long weekends when the world felt too loud. By the time I was a kid, the place was already old, weathered wood, warped floorboards, and windows that rattled whenever the wind picked up. This happened when I was 9. My cousin Mark was 12. We were staying at the cabin during winter break, and a snowstorm rolled in late one afternoon. The kind that erases sound. The kind that turns the world into a white blur where direction feels optional. Adults stayed inside, drinking coffee and talking, while Mark and I bundled up and went outside to explore. Behind the cabin was a wide clearing that opened into dense forest. Snow covered everything evenly, hiding rocks, roots, and whatever else might be buried beneath. There was also an old service road that cut through the trees and curved downhill toward a cluster of abandoned-looking structures, sheds, a small outbuilding, and one larger house that nobody ever talked about. We played a game we'd made up called Tracker. One person would hide somewhere in the snow, leaving obvious footprints, and the other would follow them. Whoever got found first lost. Mark went first. He walked down the road, deliberately stomping his boots into the snow to leave a clear trail. He told me to count to 100 and wait for his whistle before following. I counted, slowly, carefully. When I reached 100, I listened. No whistle. I waited another minute, then another. The wind picked up, pushing snow against my hood, muffling everything. I figured he was just messing with me, trying to get a head start, so I followed his footprints. The trail led down the road, then veered off toward the trees. As I walked, I noticed how quiet it was. Not peaceful quiet, empty quiet. The kind where you feel like you're being watched because nothing else is moving. Mark's footprints stopped near the edge of the woods. Not faded, not filled in by snow. Just stopped. No turning around, no continuation. I felt my chest tighten. I called his name, expecting him to pop out laughing. Nothing answered me. Then I noticed another set of footprints, smaller, lighter. They circled the area where Mark's prints ended, looping once before heading deeper into the trees, toward the old house. I followed. The house was closer than I remembered. A tall, narrow thing with dark windows and a porch half buried in snow. It didn't look abandoned anymore. Smoke curled faintly from a chimney. As I stood there, unsure what to do, the front door creaked open. A man stood in the doorway, older, thin. His face was pale, almost blending with the snow behind him. He smiled like he already knew me. "Looking for your friend?" he asked. I nodded without thinking. "He's inside," the man said. "Got cold. You should come in too." Something about his voice made my skin crawl. It was calm, but stretched thin, like it didn't get used often. I took a step back instead of forward. That's when I saw it, through one of the front windows, a shadow moving behind the glass, tall, wrongly shaped. I asked where my cousin was. The man's smile didn't change. "Upstairs." That's when I saw Mark's footprints again, right at the edge of the porch. They didn't lead inside. They led away, back toward the trees. Before I could process that, the man stepped aside, holding the door open wider. "Don't make me come get you," he said quietly. I ran. Snow grabbed at my boots as I tore back down the road, my breath burning my lungs. Behind me, I heard footsteps, not crunching through snow like mine, but heavier, faster, like they weren't sinking at all. I didn't look back. I burst into the clearing near the cabin just as my uncle stepped outside, calling for us. Mark came running out of the trees seconds later, his face pale, eyes wide. We both started talking at once. Mark said someone had followed him through the woods, said a man had whistled from behind the trees, copying the sound our uncle used to call us in, said when he turned around, the sound came from a different direction. I told them about the house, the man, the door. The adults didn't waste time. My uncle grabbed a flashlight and a rifle and went down the road while the rest of us stayed inside. When he came back, his face was tight and unreadable. The house was there. The door was closed. No footprints on the porch except his own. No smoke. No lights. Later that night, a neighbor confirmed what none of us wanted to hear. That house wasn't occupied, hadn't been for years. We left the next morning. The cabin was sold not long after. I still think about that storm, about how quiet it was, and how easily someone could disappear when the snow decides to keep your secrets for you. And that, dear listeners, is where tonight's page in the Creepy Codex closes. If this tale left a shiver down your spine, remember to like, subscribe, and follow for more stories that blur the line between the known and the unnerving. If you have a story you'd like me to read, you can email it to me at creepycodex1@gmail.com. Until next time, keep your curiosity close and your lights a little closer. Good night.